Elon Musk is betting big, really betting big on Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, the big question is how much is everything that he is doing right now, pouring millions of dollars into his super PAC, obviously being a surrogate and a big name surrogate at that for Donald Trump. How much of a difference will that potentially make? You raised the question of if he is successful at helping to propel Donald Trump back to the White House. I will say, even at a moment like this, when Democrats are so reticent to underestimate anything that Republicans are doing on the other side, this is one area, the paid voter contact that Elon Musk is working on, where there is serious skepticism. It is really, really expensive. It is not scalable. They do not think that that can replace legitimate voter contact and ground game, basically, that Democrats feel pretty good about. But again, this idea that he is out there, he has such a big name ID, he's just famous and has the celebrity status that Donald Trump does, frankly. I think that's where we don't know how much of a difference that will ultimately end up making.
I want you to listen to what AOC said about Musk and about Donald Trump and how they connect with her argument.
When you have a billionaire just dangling $1 million to those of us and many of us who are struggling to make ends meet if they dance for him. You've got Donald Trump putting on a little McDonald's costume because he thinks that's what people do. They're not trying to empathize with us. They are making fun of us.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the pushback against this. At the people who are not already sold on Elon Musk is this idea that here you have this billionaire trying to buy the election, and that, you know, the American people shouldn't stand for that. I will say that, I think this reporting is very, it's so pivotal and it's so important. If, Trump does take the White House and Musk gets in there and tries to make government efficient, though. I mean, I heard those things from Jared Kushner. I remember sitting there, he was going to fix government. I want to see it happen, because it seems like when Silicon Valley comes in there and they have all these grand ideas about fixing government and making it more efficient, and it seems like that's where those ideas go to die. So, yeah.
Well, look, just a quick question for you. Do you know if Elon has changed Trump's opinion on electric vehicles? Because that, to me, when you look at the core of Trump's wealth, Elon's wealth, it's EVs, it's Tesla. And you don't see many Republicans bragging about their latest Tesla. You see plenty of Democrats bragging. It's like this great. So is there any? And there are all these tax credits that people are going to get for EVs. So do we know if where Trump is on that?
Well, I think that actually Musk is skeptical of those tax credits and subsidies for EVs, even as he profits from them, because he has this suspicion that the Biden administration has been putting their thumb on the scale for Ford and GM against Tesla.
Hello, all. So AOC says they're making fun of us. Who is the us? She's not us. If she was, she probably wouldn't have torpedoed the Amazon headquarters deal in New York that cost 25,000 of us a job. Now, with the Musk thing, Harris has raised over $1 billion. That's billion with a B for her campaign. Does anyone think she did this through small individual donations where households were throwing her $5? Of course not. She's getting it through major corporations and insanely rich private donors. Where are all the calls for election interference? Fears over quid pro quo, campaign finance violations with all of these donations. They destroyed their own allegation here. If Trump doesn't support the EV mandates, how is there even a quid pro quo? If you want to call for campaign finance reform across the board, that is a conversation absolutely worth having. Crying because the Republicans finally have someone willing to put their money where their mouth is just pathetic and obviously yet another example of political bias at the neutral CNN. So what Musk has stated is that every day from now through November 5th, his PAC, the At America PAC, is going to give away $1 million to someone in swing states who signed their petition to support free speech and the right to bear arms. He believes that this will ensure that everyone in swing states hears about this. And he's probably right. Now, personally, I'm glad Musk is doing this. Until the way political donations is done changes, it's nice to have someone on our side that is spending big money on getting the conservative agenda into the hands and minds of everyday Americans. Thank you all. God bless, and we'll see you for the next one.